Ahoy and welcome. I am Lee, also known as the Pirate Tester. And on Racket, my plan is to interview people I know through the testing community. And the first person I'm going to be interviewing is Heather Reid. Hello, Heather.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. This is only my second ever racket, so yeah, getting used to this whole new technology. It's fun trying to keep up with it all.
I mean, there's so many things going round. It feels more available than like TikTok and stuff because I'm like, I don't want to do like weird little videos.
Yeah, I think I definitely prefer either voice as a medium or text as a medium when I'm presenting myself. Yeah.
So my plan for these is a completely non-structured, like I haven't got a list of questions or anything like this, but it's to help people get to know the people I know and maybe even me learn some things I didn't know. So Heather, what do you do, first of all?
I am a community boss, which outside of Ministry of Testing means I'm a community manager for a company called Ministry of Testing. So we're a global community of software testing professionals and people interested in the software testing profession.
And how long have you been doing that for, and how did you end up doing it?
I've been working, it'll be 4 years full time now for Ministry of Testing, and I worked for them kind of part time for a year before that as well. So I was previously a software tester, but I was a lone tester. So I got involved with Ministry of Testing purely from a help, I'm utterly lost. I've been thrown into software testing and I don't know where to start. So I got involved on all of the forums, asking questions. I got to attend a test bash, which was a conference that Ministry of Testing run in Brighton, where I got to meet Rosie Sherry, who founded Ministry of Testing, and Richard Bradshaw, who is now my boss at Ministry of Testing. I fell into testing from a software development role, which I also fell into. So I was a developer for a couple of years, but before that, I actually graduated from a master's in mathematical modeling, which was much more interesting than it sounds. And I started writing programs to get mathematical models into diagnostic devices in the pharmaceutical industry. And then I became a software developer. Bit of a professional kind of crash course in my history there.
I mean, that's quite a journey, and I don't think anyone can ever say like what is the main route into testing, because I don't think there ever is for anyone.
Definitely not. No.
But my main thought is, so what made you choose to go from being this lone tester to becoming the community boss? Was it just the fact that you enjoyed doing all this community stuff more? You were looking for something new? What made you go from testing to community management then?
Kind of a whole lot of things that just sort of lined up in the universe. So I'd moved jobs. I'd been talking to Rosie about it. So I moved from one company to another, and the one that I moved to was a startup. And in my second week at the startup, there was a meeting called and half the team was made redundant. I wasn't, because they had no software tester up to that point. But I kind of, understandably, I guess, got itchy feet that, will I be next? So I started interviewing again, and I was kind of chatting Rosie. She was asking me to to do something as part of the part-time work I've been doing with Ministry of Testing. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'm just prepping for an interview now. I'll do it after that. And she'd said, did you not just like change jobs like literally a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, I did. Funny story about that. And it just so happened that Rosie was having a child in about a month's time from that. And she was looking for someone who'd been pretty active in the community to sort of to take up some of the stuff that she'd been doing. And I woke up, I think that was the Friday, and I woke up the Saturday morning to a group message on Slack from Richard and Rosie that they had both talked and would I be interested in a community management role with Ministry of Testing. And yeah, just a whole lot of things that teed up quite well at a pretty unfortunate time career-wise for me.
That's just really, and it shows like the benefit of just reaching out and being involved with stuff, and how often you can get jobs in ways you didn't expect, but just through people you know.
Yeah, definitely. Like building up that network of people. And I know some people find it quite overwhelming, which is completely understandable. But I would say even if you only spoke to one person in the community once a week of a, hey, how are you? That's enough to start putting yourself out there. And I know that can feel massive for some people, but if you can take that one small step to just say hello to someone else, it can lead to really big things for you.
Fantastic. What advice would you give to someone if they wanted to get involved with software testing? In the minute and a half we have left.
I would say one of the people who's been really inspiring for me over the past year is Yogita Lad on Twitter, who has started doing this 30 days of testing on the Ministry of Testing website, created a blog, started doing the software testing boot camp that Adi Stokes and Suman Bala and a couple of others are running, and just getting involved in whatever evening classes were available, which is great if you're trying to work it around family and stuff like that. There's tons of free resources out there as well to get you started. But I would start with where maybe the club, where there's a whole section there, software testing essentials. There's, I think, 46 people in that thread now who are getting into software testing. So plenty of people there to like bounce questions off. Twitter, Slack, even stuff like this, checking out rackets and maybe jumping onto rackets with people and asking them questions about how to get involved in software testing. Get lots of advice and decide the path then that's best for you.
Fantastic. So in the few seconds we have, thank you very much for joining me in this racket today, Heather.
Thank you, Lee. Yeah, it's been great.